Hello Mila, hello Jack, hello everybody else who's watching, and welcome to Storytime with Grandad. Today's book is from Q Pootle 5, and it is called Groobies Space Wash. Q Pootle 5 arrived at Groobies to find him busy with a hammer. Bong, bong, bang. Hello Groovy, said Pootle. Oopsie just told me about your space wash. Her spaceship looks so clean. Ah, this space wash may look old, but it's got a few washes in it yet, said Grooby. It's a lean, mean cleaning machine, said Bud D excitedly. Do you fancy giving it a try? Asked Grooby. Pootle shook his head as he turned to go. No thanks, Grooby. I'll stick to my bucket and sponge. Grooby turned to his robot friend. OK, Bud D, let's get to work. Bud D began calling loudly through a megaphone. Space wash, come and get it. Almost at once, Stella arrived with Roy. Did someone say space wash? She said. Your spaceship will be as clean as a whistle, beamed Grooby. Let's give it a try, said Stella. Stella flew into the space wash. She waited. Everything was quiet. Hello, Stella's voice echoed. Nothing's happening. Grooby pressed a large button on the space wash control panel. It is now. Shh. Wee swoosh. Crunch. Grooby looked concerned. They should be out by now. He pulled a lever and jabbed at more buttons. The machine shuddered, and sparks flew everywhere. Steam hissed, and smoke billowed into the air. Whoosh, swoosh, grung, bang, spit, bzzz. Silence. Grooby, Stella spluttered, get us out! Pootle was pootling about in space when he got the call for help. This is Grooby to Q Pootle 5. We have a slight problem. Could you help? I repeat, we need help. I hear you, Grooby, Pootle radioed. I'm on my way. At the space wash, Eddie had arrived and was trying to be helpful. Have you tried going backwards? He called to Stella. Yes, Stella sounded just a little bit cross. What about sideways? Now you're being silly. Stella definitely was cross. Eddie looked at Grooby. There's only one thing for it. Eddie climbed into his spaceship and pointed it at the dark entrance to the space wash. Stella looked wet and bedraggled. Suddenly beside her, Ray popped up like a jack-in-the-box, wearing a feathery new hairdo. Buddy primped it carefully. All part of the service, he said. I'm going home for a bath, said Stella, and Ray needs a haircut. Pootle landed and ran over to Grooby. Panic over, said Grooby. Stella and Ray are free from the space wash. Pootle tried hard not to giggle. So I can see, he said. How did you get them out? Pootle asked. It was Eddie, said Bud D. Yes, said Grooby. He flew right inside the space wash and pushed Stella and Ray out. They went pop. Well done, Eddie, said Pootle. Where is Eddie? Help, Eddie wailed. I'm stuck. Hang on in there, Eddie, Pootle called. We're going to get you out. Pootle jumped up to the space wash controls and pressed a few buttons. Nothing happened. He pulled a lever, but it broke off in his hand. How are we going to get him out? Asked Grooby. Pootle thought hard. By all pulling together, he said. Pootle and his friends lined up their spaceships in front of the space wash. Pootle roped the spaceships together and tied the rope to a plunger. OK, Eddie, Pootle took aim. Here it comes. Swoosh! Thwack! Good shot, Pootle, shouted Eddie. Pootle ran to his spaceship and fired up the boosters. Ready, everyone? Everyone was ready. "Brace yourself, Eddie," Pootle shouted. "I'm bracing," Eddie called back. From Stella to Oopsie to Groobie to Pootle, the spaceships lifted from the ground and began to pull. The rope tightened. "Increase thrust," Pootle called. The noise from the spaceships grew louder. "More," Pootle shouted over the din. "One last pull." The spaceships roared and pulled. With a sudden grinding noise, something, somewhere, gave way. All at once the spaceships lurched forwards. Crash, bang, kerrump! Eddie's spaceship shot out of the space wash. He was free. As the space wash had broken down, and Pootle was the only one with a bucket and sponge, he offered to wash all the dusty, dirty spaceships. "You're very kind, Pootle," said Groobie. "That's okay," Pootle smiled. "I'm sorry about your space wash." "Oh, I've moved on from that," said Groobie. Moved on? What? Pootle suddenly noticed that the space wash was working again. At that very moment, with a clunk and a hiss of steam, a very happy-looking Oopsie flew out. Pootle's mouth dropped open in amazement. "Oopsie, your hair! Do you like it?" she giggled. Groobie beamed. "Welcome to Groobies' Fly-Through Hair Salon," he said. The end. Goodbye, Mila. Goodbye, Jack. I'll see you soon. Goodbye, everybody. Bye.